Hello everyone, 𝗀𝗏𝗪𝗧 here and welcome to Laurel's mini video. Laurel, who took part in the 5-day photo fun event last week, where we had 5 days, 5 themes, and Laurel participated fully as I expect her to. She's already done my photography masterclass back in September. She did the Infinite Creativity Now masterclass in January. So incredibly creative lady. Artist, photographer, writer, and I'm going to look at 3 or 4 photographs, maybe more, and see what happens. This is in the lead up to my masterclass, my photography masterclass starting on Monday, so I'll give you details of that at the end. And all of this took part in the smartphone photography group, creative smartphone photography group on Facebook. So please ask your friends to join so that we're more and merrier and we can carry on having fun with photography throughout the year in the group. So here are some pictures from Laurel. Day 2 theme was paired colours, and Laurel chose and was able to find 5 photographs with predominantly yellow and green, which happened to be Australia's colours. I got a bit confused because I thought Australia has the Union Jack in the corner of its flag. They were thinking of changing the flag to a real Australian one, which I think would have been yellow and green, but they voted not to, I think. Anyway, here it is, a whole ton of found yellow and greens. Really love this, and wanted to highlight this one, which is really good. You've got it nice and close. There's no distracting stuff, except for a little chap up in the top right there who looks to be kind of yellow and green as well. I'm guessing he's not real, or she, but love that extra touch. Often what happens with these sort of shots is you get really close on the flowers, the leaves, really interesting, except that there's nothing interesting at all. There's no point of interest. The bird changes everything, but it doesn't overtake the fact that you filled the frame with yellow and green. And I did want to say something else about one of those yellow and green ones, this one here, in terms of the composition. Very interesting because it's going geometrical. You've got nature, you've got those sort of bark chips by the looks of it, you've got the stone, you've got leaves, and then you've got these very clearly geometrical man-made things. And this is where you can start playing around with shapes. In my masterclasses, we look at this, playing around with shapes and things. And some people are masters at this. People I think like Alice, like Chris, immediately come to mind. Maybe, Jen, there's many actually. By the end, we're all masters. And so I'm asking myself alternative ways of doing this. I love the fact you've got 2 of them, the repetition of the theme at an angle, wonderful. You've chopped them, which is a choice, but you can also try without chopping them. What I mean by chopping is the circle has been broken by the top of the frame, and it also, the bottom circle touches at the bottom, and so when you break things, like it's a circle, you've broken the circle, the brain kind of thinks, I kind of wanted that circle to be complete. Not always, but sometimes. So the choice, it's a choice. You might not even have realized, but it's a choice. Where you frame is very, very important. So that'll do for that one. What else have we got? We've got this one was eyes. The Wednesday theme was eyes. I can't resist showing a picture of Romeo with his. Oh, it's so beautiful. Every time I talk to Laurel on the computer, normally Romeo comes to say hello, if not completely invade the entire call. And just one thing here. For some reason, I'm looking for sharpness, the way you do. And when there's an eye in the shot, I generally look for the eye to be sharp. Doesn't seem like it's completely sharp, and yet his collar thing does seem to be sharp. So either the camera picked up the collar, because the rest is fuzzy, fur is fuzzy, difficult to focus on fur, or just the focus was off. I mean, I say that. I'm being terribly, terribly picky. But that's why I'm doing a masterclass, right? So eyes are the first thing you expect to be sharp in a picture where there are eyes of people we love, or even dogs. So that's just a thought, and of course we can work on that. But that'll be another story for another time. So this one was day 4, and the topic was the past. Laurel again attacked it full out, and she went for 5 different photographs. You can see them there, different types of aspects of the past. I'm going to look at a couple, and they're with Laurel in. This one, she says, goodness, how quickly time is flying. Maybe she's saying that in terms, it's day 4 already of the 5-day event we had. It went so quickly, didn't it? Today will be a past memory. And she calls this reflection of an age past. And it's a lovely portrait. I'm convinced, half convinced, 3/4 convinced this hair isn't yours. Maybe some sort of wig or something. I hope that's not insulting you, and it is your hair. But I love the gaze. I love the way you're looking out of the picture. Possibly on the right there are some very intriguing items which maybe relate to the past in some way. And I would look at this one as well. I will look at this one for 2 reasons. Books, well, 3 reasons. Books are a wonderful way to evoke an emotion or an idea. You know, they've got titles, they've got words. It's like what we normally can't do in images. Well, you can if you put a book there. I often use books or posters that I find in Paris to give a feel to my photograph. And of course, as soon as the words are there, they're nothing to do with me, but because it's a photograph with me in or with something else, people think I'm trying to give a message. The folk of the faraway tree. Reason 2, I've forgotten reason 3. Reason 2 I like this is because I read Enid Blyton when I was a kid. This harks back to my childhood. I didn't read this book. I read other ones like Famous 5, Secret 7. There was the mystery of this and the something of that. So that is very nostalgic, isn't it? Does anyone read Enid Blyton anymore? I don't know. And I've forgotten what the third thing I was going to say was. But I do love the fact that you're hiding behind the book with a kind of sneaky... I'm not sure if you're like winking at us or sneaking a look at us, or if you're pretending to be asleep. It's not working if you are, but that's beautiful. In terms of improving this in any way, well, I don't know, you're a bit dark, aren't you? The whole photograph is pretty dark, and so I would work on that. That's definitely something I would do in post-processing. If the camera's... I was going to say the camera's messed up, you've messed up, and basically it's not as bright as it should be. The 2 possibilities, it could be too dark or too light, couldn't it? Apart from being just right. If it's too dark, well, that's something you want to sort out, you know, because we want the photograph to represent our idea the best we possibly can. So what we want to be sharp needs to be sharp, and the brightness of the photograph needs to be the brightness of the photograph we want it to be. That's something that we need to, you know, I'm talking from the point of view of the person who is giving the masterclass here. We want our photographs to be the best they possibly can. So there are things we could do with this photograph to bring it up to what we envisaged. Wonderful, wonderful. And the last one I'm going to look at is the last day, and it was angles. She's got lots of angles here. Look, this is actually looking up. It could have been day 1 as well. I'm just going to look at this one because she puts in a verbal pun. She says, I'm really getting the handle on this now, which is a verbal pun. And some cool angles. She did say this one, tiles look so different at an angle. Yes, they do. And you've done 2 things. You've put an angle by tilting the camera by the looks of it, but you've also gone in at an angle to the wall and you're shooting up at it at an angle. Plus those tiles there are at an angle. So there's kind of a triple angle in there for the price of 1. Okay, thanks Laurel. Wonderful to have you with us. And hey, who knows, maybe you'll end up doing the masterclass with me on Monday. I never know, you know, you threaten to, and then I even advise you not to focus on your current project, but you know, we never know what's going to happen. So this is all part of my lead up to my smartphone photography masterclass. Make your smartphone photography sizzle in 2021. Starts on Monday. We're already in the group together, getting to know each other. It's really nice. And here's another take on it, from sad snaps to incredible images. I'm not saying your snaps are sad now, although some of them might be. Some of mine are sometimes, but they will definitely be incredible by the end of this. And all the pictures you see in my promo stuff here is taken by me on my smartphone. It'd be kind of silly if it wasn't, wouldn't it? The puppies are amazing. I took this the other day, this puppy, absolutely amazing at the moment. So check out, at the bottom you can see where to check out the masterclass, infinitecreativitynow.com/photo, infinitecreativitynow.com/photo, and the early bird pricing is still open for a couple of days, so you can get a fantastic deal on that. Sound like a second-hand car salesman, don't I? But you can, it's true. And thanks for watching. Thanks, Laurel. And I'm just trying to come back before I say bye-bye. And I'll see you all around. Happy snapping. Bye for now.